Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Youth Matters, a show looking at local, national and global issues affecting our youth today. Now, in today's show, we are discussing a very serious topic, the topic of bullying. Now, as you might have heard recently in reports, bullying is on the rise. And with so many different platforms through which bullying can take place, it is becoming much, much more prominent than it was previously in our community. Now, statistics show us that 3.2 million children are bullied on a yearly basis, and a staggering half of children who attend school experience bullying sometime in their school years. And we need to look at ourselves and come in much more closer to home in our local community. What kind of statistics actually apply to our local community? Alhamdulillah, আজকে আমরা ডিসকাশন হইলো বুলিং এর উপরে। এই বুলিং হইলো মানে খুব বাদ জিনিস। এখানে একজনে আরেকজনরে খুব দুঃখ দেন, কষ্ট দেন। আর আজকালকে আপনি দেখেন টিভির মাঝে, ইন্টারনেটের মাঝে দেখেন মানুষের রেকর্ডিংও করিয়া ইউটিউব ভিডিও অতা ফাটাইরা। সো ই অত বাদ জিনিস মানুষে খেনে করে আর খেনে মানুষে আরও মানুষের দেখাইতে চায় তারা যেন করের। সো আজকে আমরা চাইরাম আপনারা শরীর কইতা, আপনারা ফোন করতা, ফোন করে আমরা কইতা আপনার এক্সপিরিয়েন্স আপনারা নিজে করছেননি, আমরা ইয়াং বাই ইয়াং বই নাই, ইভেন আমরা প্যারেন্টস আপনারা ইয়াং থাকতে নাই এবলো কিবান আপনারা বুলিং এক্সপিরিয়েন্স করা, খেনে বুলিং খালি ইয়াং মানুষের হয় না। So আপনারা please number আছে স্ক্রিনের মাঝে আপনারা গুরাওকা আমরা লগে শরীকওকা. Now this is a show which is dedicated and aimed at our young people, okay, the young people in our community, but at the same time our parents as well. We want you to get involved. There's been so many recent cases of bullying taking place in our community. We want to know what you think. Have you been a victim of it? Do I dare say that? Have you been a bully who now looks upon yourself and reflects and regrets what you might have done? If so, please do phone in. Whatever your opinion is on this very serious topic, please phone in and join in the discussion because we want to hear from you, okay? Atiko, welcome on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, that's fine. Atiko, you're currently a student at university,
Yeah.
okay? So we look forward to learning about your views from the perspective of a student who goes to university. Wahida, welcome to the show. Thank you. And Wahida, you're currently at school.
Yeah.
So that will be a very important perspective on how this topic is covered within the school setting. And Assalamu alaikum. Okay. Now, Aslam Bhai, thank you for coming on the show. You're a parent and also a community worker working in the community.
Yeah.
So we look forward to listening to your views on this very serious topic from a community perspective as well as a parent perspective.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's fine. Now, Atiko, to start off with, how would you define the term bullying or a bully?
So the way I define bullying is unwanted and aggressive behavior towards a person involving a power imbalance, and the behavior usually occurs repetitively over a period of time.
Okay, that's quite a technical definition.
Yeah.
Okay, now Wahida, in terms of, do you think that's all bullying is?
Not really, no.
Okay, what would you say? How would you define bullying?
Because there are different type of bullying. There's like verbal bullying, bullying in social media, and even cyberbullying.
Sure. So I guess bullying has the definition, it's evolved almost over time, especially now with digital technology. Okay? And do you feel there's a big psychological effect in bullying that maybe, because we haven't covered it in terms of definition. Do you think psychology should be in there? Psychological
Yeah, there should
aspects?
be because, for example, in social media, there's loads of social media like Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, people like threatening you online, telling you this, telling you that, and like this will affect you desperately. It will affect you
Psychologically.
psychologically, and
Yeah.
even mentally how you live. And
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Aslam Bhai, you've obviously heard the definitions from our two young guests. How would you add anything different to that from a parent perspective, from someone living in the community?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of definition, just talking plain English actually, it can be a little thing like calling names,
Yeah.
someone calling you fat, skinny, or you're worthless.
Yeah.
You're not going to achieve your goal in life. Things like that, which demotivates them, and I think, they have a full impression that, oh yeah, I'm really worthless.
Sure.
You see, and it affects them mentally.
Thank you.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Atiko, in terms of, some people will say it's not bullying, it's just banter. Okay. What do you say to that?
It's obviously they're wrong. I think they go upon banter just to justify what they're doing is okay, because what they see bullying as is something to amuse them, and they don't see it as something harmful and don't know the effect it's having on the person, on the victim.
Sure.
Hence the banter, the fun.
Okay. Wahida, would you say, some people might say, look, I didn't mean it, it was just a bit of fun.
Not really, no, because people might say it and they might do it again, like just to harm that person, make them upset, make them weak, and that's not a bit of fun. That's like hurting someone deeply and emotionally.
And Aslam Bhai, you hear often, within our community, people, it's almost, you'll be able to answer this better than me, but within the Bengali Bangladeshi community, where, banter is very popular.
Yeah.
And we joke around with
Sure.
all types of issues, yeah, and all types of topics. Do you think, we don't always treat this particular issue as seriously as we should do, and it borders more on banter, when the real kind of impact that it's having on a person internally?
Yeah, I mean, bullying sometimes people do intentionally, that's true, and sometimes people do unintentionally.
Okay.
It can happen between really two good people, and they think they're joking. The person who's bullying, they think they're joking, but really on the other side, the effects he doesn't realize, he or she doesn't realize. Okay, and what they think, oh, we're just joking.
Sure. Now, what we're going to do, viewers, is we're going to watch a short clip of a video about bullying and banter, and we'll come back and we'll carry on with the discussion.
Have you ever thought about how banter could become bullying? Have you ever thought that what you're saying might be taken the wrong way? I mean, it might not be a joke anymore.
Morning, Beanhead.
Beanhead? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it does, because you've got the head that's the shape of a bean. God, come on, Sarah, I'm only joking. Stop being so stuck up.
I'm not. I'm just wondering why I'm being called Beanhead. That's all.
Tramp.
Did you just call me a tramp?
No. Stop attention-seeking, will you? Come on, loser, let's get to class.
Sticks and stones will break your bones, whilst words, that can be funny at first, can eventually drag you down.
Yes, Sarah.
Well, one way we could help with global warming is if we recycle anything plastic.
Does that mean we get to recycle you, Sarah?
Haha, very funny.
Because you look plastic?
Yeah, I got it, thanks.
How does it feel to be a geek, Sarah? Does it make your brain hurt?
My brain's just fine.
Ever get to the point where you just can't fight back? When the words are no longer funny? When you can't laugh it off anymore? And you feel like the banter's just gone too far?
Oh, Sarah, look, it's John. You fancy him, don't you?
No I don't. When have I ever said that?
Yeah, you might be in luck, Sarah. He only fancies mingers. Cheer up, Sarah. It's only a joke. Come on, can't you take banter?
Words can hurt, words can bruise, so think about the words you use. What seems like a simple comment to one could make someone else feel like the smallest person on earth.
Now, Atiku, we just watched a short video on bullying and not banter. Now, what struck me was that sometimes in our everyday language, the way we speak, sometimes we say some of those things that were on the video, and maybe we don't even realize that we're actually causing someone offense, someone hurt, okay, in just by the way we speak on a day-to-day basis. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think even I might even fall in that category, sadly and unfortunately, when you say something or might have done something unintentionally. But I think what I got from there is, even when someone is doing unintentionally, the main thing is that you speak out and say it right there and then that, yo, this is affecting me this way,
Sure.
so stop it or like cut it out, kind of thing.
Now, recently, Wahida, we had within our community, you know, we heard about cases, you know, up north where a child committed suicide as a result of being bullied. We had videos that went viral where within our community there were people in groups who were bullying others, and that was getting recorded. How did that make you feel, seeing those and hearing about those things?
It made me feel really sad, like the boy just lost his life because like he could live his life by telling someone, but he just, you know, committed he just committed a crime, you know what I'm trying to say, because he gave up on life because nobody's helping them. That made me really sad, because there is people who could help you and like guide you and tell you what to do while you're bullying, not just give up on life. And
Sure. Aslama, the incidents, you know, the recent ones, the ones that especially went quite viral, and people were talking about those, you know, from a parent perspective, because we don't see it and hear it as often, but now with technology, how did it make you feel seeing that from a parent perspective?
I mean, as soon as I watched the video actually come to me through a WhatsApp, I really felt really shocked for few reasons. The boy just started school. It's only 3 weeks, I think. In the 3rd week, the boy decided to take his life because of the bullying. You can imagine what kind of effect the boy had actually. The boy felt that if he takes his life away, he'll be much happier. You see, and the effect it had, that it's not him only out there. There might be 100,000 more actually who are suffering alone.
You being a parent, from a parent perspective, did that make you think about your own children and what kind of experiences they're going through, possibly?
It did actually, yeah.
Yeah?
It did, and I was thinking as a parent that I should do more. I should have more one-to-one with my children and to see if they're okay or not, you know.
Okay.
And also I really felt really bad about the other parents, you know, their feeling as well. It really hurt me actually, knowing the news the boy took his life.
Sure. Now, Atiko, school, we speak about obviously the child 3 weeks into his school. You know, school's supposed to be a time where you go, you enjoy, you have fun, you make friends. You know, why does it get to that state? And how can it happen within a school environment where our children should feel safe, right?
Yeah, I think it comes on the basis that once you go into school, what happens is you have your individual peer groups and you kind of mingle with person that you have interest with, and what happens is someone finds someone that they have interest with and they have a group, and someone else finds what they're interested in and they have a group, whereas there's one child who doesn't really know where he fits in, and so he gets isolated, and so he's looked down upon, and that's when it begins. And it doesn't really happen openly, it's more hidden, so the teachers don't see, the staff don't see, and it just continues from there, and it escalates. And as Altafai said, it happened within 3 weeks that he took off beginning school. So it just really shows the drastic effects bullying can have within a short time scale.
But Wahida, surely schools must do things, you know, they must do teamwork and collaborative work at the start to try and create, you know, friendship and build on relationships at the start. Do you feel, you know, when you started school, did you have those kind of experiences?
yeah, I had these kind of experiences, like one-to-one support, talking to a teacher, having like extra class. They really helped me. But now that there's a new whole system, like they're just taking the time following a policy, but following this policy, they think it's going to take time. But how long will it take? They need to take action now while the children's getting bullied. It's going to get more affected if they take.
Okay.
And
do you think schools are doing enough? Say, when you get students from different primary schools coming and then then they're coming together in a new secondary school. Do you think schools are doing enough to try and build relationships between students of different schools? Because obviously, it's difficult to form relationships, but do you feel schools are doing enough to try and create relationships of respect, and mutual kind of understanding amongst students?
They are, but they should do more. like they should just don't do it with other schools. Even parents, they should invite parents, teach them, teach them how to deal with like bullying when their kid comes home. What kind of signs they should see. If the kid doesn't say anything when they get home, they should see why is the kid not talking or being by themselves, just want to be left alone.
Okay. Now, Aslam bhai, I was going to ask you, now what's even more concerning was one of the videos that you referred to that went viral. You know, you had a group of people recording them actually bullying someone. And how does that make you feel? Because, you know, certain things in Islam, obviously, we're taught, you know, public sins and private sins. And the fact that public sins, you know, should avoid those because obviously you've got witnesses. Now, when you see someone actually doing that and recording it, as a parent, how do you feel? And as a community member, what does it say about us as a community?
I mean, I've seen the second video as well, where a boy was recording bullying two young boys. And the first thing comes to my mind that I think our community, the youngsters, you know, are losing morals actually. I think there's not much of a moral side of the education we're talking about. We're just talking about probably achieving a GCSE, A-level, a degree. On the side, we're not talking about character building. We're not looking to build perfect human beings in the future, you see? I think that focus has moved away a little bit. You know, we're just thinking, as a parent, a lot of parents are thinking, can my son or daughter get a good job? Can they earn good money? But then we have another side as human beings.
So we're almost too driven by, in terms of our students achieving the best grades, as opposed to them becoming good people, first and foremost.
Exactly.
Could you feel that that should be, you know, the most important thing, that, you know, that should be more of a focus for parents than studying? And how do you feel as though you growing up, you felt more pressure to be a better student than a better person?
I think what happens is they go hand in hand and they can coincide and they can go really well together. I think studies come on later on in life, so secondary is when it starts getting serious, A-levels, degree. But what happens is a parent can start early teaching the child mannerisms and how to treat one another, and that's part of primary socialization. So how a parent acts is how the child is going to follow and act. So as soon as you teach that, and then you can go on to teaching about how you should do well in studies, etc.
Now, Wahida, do you agree with what Atika was saying, that children are a reflection of their parents? Because, you know, I find it hard to believe that the bullies the way they are, you know, it's because their parents are like that. Surely that can't be true.
That isn't true. It's like even the society, the children are around them. It's like, for example, hanging the good people. You know what I mean? If you hang out the wrong people, then obviously it's going to be bad. They're going to teach you how to be bad, stealing. It's not just the parents. There's people around you as well, in school, outside, in the community as well.
Okay. Now, that's the end of the first segment. Please do stay with us. When we come back, we'll be looking at bullying from the perspective of secondary school students, and we'll carry on with the discussion. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.